if you can get to that.
Okay, let me see.
Because it has instructions about how you download your information.
What you need to join for?
Okay, I got it.
Really, you copy and paste.
Okay. All right, I'm looking at it. Can I download this to my computer?
I don't know if you can or not. Well, probably not from share. Let me get you to the page where you can do that. You can download that. Let's see.
Hey, we taking over Jerry's meeting. Where's Jerry?
He's still trying to get in.
If you plug in, Jerry, if you plug in your mic, maybe you can talk to us.
And he know I take over if he be quiet for just a few minutes.
Yeah, well, we have Jerry Jr. there. He's doing a good job.
Thanks,
Keep
Eddie.
talking, Jerry.
Thanks, Ed. I appreciate it. Hey, while I got you all on the horn, talk to me about this. Because this really hit me in a good way and in a bad way. Did you see how they did Kamaji?
Yes.
Did you watch how the
Racist.
and how they were on her? And
Yes.
You see how she handled it with class.
Yes.
And just stood there and just chilled out and didn't let them get to her.
Yes.
Wasn't that great?
It was.
Every time Black people do something new, we gotta go through it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta go, and she had to go through that. She's gonna get confirmed because she got the votes, but she had to go through all that craziness and keep a straight face because you know they were waiting to say, angry Black woman.
Yes.
Not gonna
He
be,
almost went there.
you know, but she could have a whole lot of times. She showed some constraint that I've never even thought anybody had. In that situation with all them people around,
Yes.
world watching, and she handled herself with so much class. I take the whole thing because I want to be able to show my daughter that years and years and years and years and years. They don't come around like that. That lady ain't nothing to play around with. And she just handled it with class. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of how she carried herself. She didn't get off on how the people was talking to her, talking crazy. She held her composure.
And acted like she wasn't as educated. That
Oh yeah, and
Turner, Marsha Blackburn, her.
Yeah. And she got more education than all of them and more experience than all of them. But now let's flip it to, let's have some fun real quick. You ready for this one?
Okay.
What the heck was Will Smith doing smacking Chris Rock?
Bad. It was poor reflection on us. I said, I
Yes.
cannot believe that
That's
all
it,
that we
That's
have.
it, Miss D. That's it, Miss D. Go ahead.
And you know what? I don't care what's wrong with his wife's head. She's stupid rich. Whatever's going on with her head, all Black women go through. You see this wig right here? All Black women go through that, but she got a whole lot of money to go with it. How dare? And you know, Will Smith was laughing with him until he
Yes.
looked over. and talked.
Yeah.
But he was, it was funny to him too,
Yes.
you know?
So you
And
see the expression on her face when, she rolled her eyes or whatever. But the fact is, like, okay, she had this entanglement with that guy. Will didn't act like that. He didn't do anything, and for him and Chris Rock, he did other jokes about Jada and he didn't react like that.
And you said the other guy, you mean the 18-year-old of his
Yes.
friend?
Right.
That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
And the friend told it.
Yes.
Somewhere. I think it was.
That's right.
But you know what? That's the life that they live. They live
Yep.
that swinger type, wife swiping.
They have open
type of-
relationship.
open relationship. And long as you don't tell anyone, we could and this and that. But
Oh, that's the name she was.
this is what happens, you know, so yeah, it was bad. It was bad on us because that was wasn't it it was ran by the I don't know who the promoters were, who was doing the show or whatever, but that was not good. It was not good at all.
Yeah, it was the Grammys.
Say that about him.
Yes, the Grammys, yeah.
Well, the Grammys is on now. That was
Yeah.
Oscars.
The Oscars, but see, they were talking about, okay, no, Chris didn't want him, no police, so he didn't want anything. But now they're talking about getting Will for that, for an assault. But he, you know, we all have to suffer the consequences of our actions. I don't care if you got a lot of money or you don't. But they be able to pay their way through things, you know, which people that don't have money, you know, they can't.
That's right. I'm totally with you on that, because what kind of message does it send to the kids?
Mhm, mhm.
And they the ones, we know right from wrong. The kids,
Yes.
they trying to figure it all out.
Yes,
Now we're gonna just let somebody walk up on stage, smack somebody, turn around and laugh, sit down, talk profanities up at the guy you just smacked,
And they
uh-huh.
tried to get
and then you can just hang in there, and then you can get up there and win an award,
And cry at the drop of a
cry
dime.
about everything but what you did,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be okay. And then it's black on black.
that's the sad part.
Nope.
Because if it had been a white person up there, there was no way they would have let someone walk up to them on that stage.
That's right.
They wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have.
Wow.
All right.
Whatever.
Is ancestry? We talking about politics now.
Okay,
Well,
Okay.
Eddie,
I'm not.
Eddie, I took you to your end. You ready
Okay.
now? You
okay,
ready?
now.
No,
I'm just
we
buying.
want
I'm just
DNA
buying time.
here.
Go on, Big E. Go on, take over. I'm through.
I'm waiting on your Jay Senior to do something. Fix his
He ain't here yet. I don't know what's happening.
because I'm a participant.
Okay,
He
Okay,
got two
well,
things up. He got his
Eddie.
phone up.
Eddie, let's talk about something. You listening?
I'm listening.
I remember when Pop first started this, I think you were maybe the first one that came on. Am I wrong?
You're right.
You've been here, man, and it's like every time I see you, you know, you're a blessing, because I hear about you when I don't not even seeing you. Like when my papa and I, when we hanging out, we doing something, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's Big E, Big E, Big E, this and that, Big E." I'm like, that's some cool stuff, man. You know, and I just want to let you know I really appreciate you for having the same kind of drive with finding out who we are as a people that my dad has, because all I know is, and mine is real small, all I know is we were slaves and the white folks used and abused us, and they disoriented us, and we don't know what the hell is going on. We're picking up pieces. See, now we picking up pieces.
Well, we find all that out, and it's a
Right.
process.
Right. So I appreciate your support, Big E, you know, with my pop and
Yeah, just tell him I need
you know,
an invoice.
everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna send you one. And you better,
$5.
you better pay it.
$5.
You better pay
$5.
it.
$5.
You better pay it. You better pay it.
I appreciate the acclimate, you know, the things, but
Thanks, Daddy.
I do this for enjoyment. And the thing is we find out a lot. We find out so much between the period of time that Jerry and I began to do this, that it's really unique. And don't forget that we got this UConn fan up here listening in. And,
Big Mike.
See,
That's Big Mike.
I'm gonna give him props until later on tonight. I'm gonna call you, Mike.
Not too late.
Hey,
But anyway.
Big Mike, what's your number? What's your number?
Well, it's being recorded, so we'll just Jerry
we
has
just,
it.
I'm just talking, but
I know.
but in the research now, getting to the research, one of the things that we know this year, 2 days ago, the 1950 census came out. And in the 1950 census is a total different format than what we normally use to look at the census. Have anybody looked at them?
I have. They got some bells and whistles on there. I tell you.
Yeah, they have,
Fancy.
and Mike, you ought
Yes.
to look at it and see what you can get out of 1950, because it's different. It gives you, the way they have it set up now is where you can go through the county, the city, and the state, and even the address of the person you're looking for research. I haven't really got into it deeply, but it's unique. I gotta have some time. It's gonna take time to understand it because it's a different way of researching it.
I'm hoping we'll be able to work backward from there to pick up some information that'll open up some of the other stuff.
Yeah, and you guys remember, anybody born after 1950, you won't be in the census, right? And that's me, because I know I ain't gonna be there until 1970.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But I was born in November, so I'm thinking, don't they cut it off like in August?
No,
April.
but
The census, don't they cut it off in August or September? They don't go to
Mike,
December.
Was you born in 50?
Uh-huh.
49?
November. And 50.
No, see, you won't be in there.
Oh, okay.
I think Jerry's the only one that'll be in there.
Jerry.
We can't hear him.
Oh yeah,
We
Jerry's
can't hear him, but he's smiling.
Diane.
But for our researching, that's somewhere where we need to start. We go back and start picking up. And Jerry Jr.,
Yes, sir.
you want to moderate, but you need to get on there and start researching too, so you can help us do something where we can look at, see what you can do.
I'm with you, Biggie.
Yeah, tell your dad to give you access to his tree.
I'll
And
do
then
that.
let you be a editor on it, just an editor. So when your dad get tired of looking, he can always say, Jerry, go look at it and do something for me.
I appreciate that. Biggie. I'm gonna do that, brother. Because
We need all of it. Everybody can do something. We haven't really assigned this new guy named Mike, because Mike goes on vacation too much for me.
Yep.
yeah, we gotta give him.
What happened when you got money?
Give him a hard time.
He don't have money.
Like
He just know
somebody,
when to go.
UConn too much. UConn.
Yeah, Mike know when to go. He got his summer studies, and then he goes on. See, this is spring now, so we'll see him more often in the spring.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
snowing
yeah.
here.
Huh?
It's snowing here in Minneapolis right now.
Yeah. So I found quite a few relatives up in Minneapolis, be honest with you. I'm gonna have to take a trip up there because I got about 10 relatives up there now that I've located.
That's a fact.
Mike,
Yes,
is your family Moss?
Yeah.
yes, my grandfather.
So, okay, how far back are you able to go on your Mosses?
Well, I go all the way back to Reuben. Like I said, James Monroe Moss was my grandfather, and he's one of Reuben's many children.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And Jerry's smiling there. He knows all that. He's the one who kind of opened my eyes to all of it.
Okay, so have you been able to trace back to like over in England or back to Virginia? What did you have for Virginia?
No, I only go back as far as Reuben, and then I look at who his owners were and kind of guess from there. Jerry's probably got all the information. Although in my DNA, I'm guessing a lot of it is Scottish, because that's,
Uh-huh.
a lot of that's coming through is Scotland.
Yeah.
I know that's where it's all coming from, because my mom is 100% Polish. So, well,
Okay.
that Eastern European part. So
Are you related to Tommy also?
Tommy Lewis?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which part he would be related to me at. No, I'm not
Well, I
sure.
thought he's supposed to be Moss also. He has a Moss branch in his family.
I think he was well, like I said, I'm a few months behind, but he was still searching and putting stuff together.
Okay.
Couldn't say for sure.
Okay, I'm trying to find out who is able to trace what white people are able to trace their mosses back to Virginia, because I see where the first white mosses came in, I think it was like 1635, 40, something like that. It was very interesting reading about them because there were three brothers and they all had slaves. And one said he didn't think it was right for people to have slaves, so he freed all of his slaves. And so I'm able to see some of those that were freed in my matches, but I'm not able to get back to like the actual one source. But there's a little Barry Moss, and he's in the genealogy on the, I think it's freeafricanamericans.com. And Dr. Vernon has been doing research on them. And so on the Facebook page, I put the link to that website where those free people of color are shown, and it's very extensive. So I put together a free people of color moss tree so that I'm able to try to work that in with some of my matches, because if I'm able to work them in there, I will be at least be able to go back to those three brothers.
So if I'm thinking, I don't know what to think of this analysis, is I'm related to some mosses, that kind of connect with distant relatives, but when I look at their ethnicity, there is no African connection. So is that the Scottish, like you're alluding to, the people from?
I have no idea. All I know is Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
But you know what? I think there was some history about over in Europe, but I was not focusing in on that. But next time I talk to you, I will intelligently answer that because I'll have that information.
Okay.
And Mike, I'm pretty sure that you give them some time, Miss D, Big E, they're gonna figure something out, and they'll be able to figure out whatever questions you have. I know they can handle it. I wanna switch it over real quick here. We got a newbie, Miss Diana Allison. I just want to introduce her. How are you, Mrs. Allison?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
You know her, she my homegirl.
That's right. It's a blessing to have you.
Thank you. My surnames are York, Fells. Fells are from Virginia, and Goings, Gould, all down there in Lincoln County, Arkansas. On that side, the Yorks.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. What made you seek this whole thing out?
Well, back in the day when grandmother became Alzheimer's and couldn't tell any more stories, so I wanted to know. So I started asking my mom, and my mom had plenty of stories, which I'm so glad I did that probably about 9-10 years ago. And she gave me lots of information, even though it may have been somewhat wrong, but she had all the names, and I thank God I have the ancestors that's gone on that, nudge me in the right direction. But and my Aunt Pearl on my dad's side, the Yorks are on my dad's side. That's where Eddie matches me most. He matches also my mom's side, but not as much. And he matches my Aunt Jean, Ruby Jean, and her son.
DNA.
Yeah. And then Eddie also have different matches that have the surname of Fells. So I'm not quite sure. Ruby Jean is a Fells by her father, but her mother was a York. So I said, well, you match my auntie, you match me, you match everybody in the family. So as we get more people to do their DNA, we find Eddie matching more of the cousins, but his matches that he see and the matches I see are totally different, except for one person. And that one person hasn't reached out to us. So, no, well, none of our matches reach out because I don't know them. But I thought that was just so fascinating that he's matching my mom's side and my dad's side. So,
What, Miss Allison, have you catch any kind of flack from other people like in your family? Like, I don't want to do it. Leave me alone.
oh, that was A. Jean.
You saw, okay.
A. Jean is the one that says,
Tell me about
leave
Aunt
that
Jean.
mess alone.
I think we all got an Aunt Jean. Tell me about Aunt Jean.
Well, A. Jean passed last year in February.
And what happened?
A. Jean had 9 kids. And
Mhm.
every last one of those kids have a different daddy.
Mhm.
So we did all of their DNA, just about most of the kids' DNA, realized that there's something going on there. And she had, she didn't own
And
up
she
to
said,
it.
nah, don't tell my stories. You stay out of that. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Aunt
But
Jean.
yeah, she's something else. She was a pistol. But yeah, so yeah, all of her kids, just about. So we're getting theirs done. And I think there's 3 more children that needs to get theirs done.
They had
Yeah.
no idea that DNA would come out and be able to tell the real story. And so I know a lot of them are glad they're gone, not
Talk
to
to me, Miss D. Talk to
have
me.
things that are revealed. And that's what it is. And a lot of them are ashamed. But I tell people, we're all human. We all make
Yeah.
mistakes, but so you know what, we're alive, so we have an opportunity to change things.
Yeah,
And
even in my family, there was my mom. My mom had a 60-plus-year-old secret. So
yeah,
so finding out my sister was my half sister, but
Ask
mine
Mike
too.
about his secret.
yeah,
I
well,
got a secret too, huh, Mike?
I do.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, Mike.
let's move to Mike. What you got, Mike?
Tell
Well-
about yours, Mike.
Okay, the story goes like this.
It better not revolve around UConn women's basketball.
Nope, it's not.
All right. He's like that, Eddie.
Okay.
So I didn't know any of this until the DNA came back and showed all the Mosses that I was related to. And Jerry reached out and we talked a lot. And the DNA showed that my grandfather is James Monroe Moss. And my grandmother, Edna Flathip, was 16 at the time she was pregnant with my dad. And James Monroe was 43. And they lived in the same boarding house, along with a John Moss, who was a relative that I haven't figured out quite who that John might be, but I'm sure it's one of the cousins. And my dad was born in 1918, and those 2 Mosses stayed in town for another year. But then I lost track of them in 1919, where John was down in Iowa and James left for someplace else, 1919, 1920. So it's impossible to determine how, if James Monroe Moss even knew my dad was his son. So my grandma and grandpa, Raleigh, my step-grandfather, and Edna got married, although there's no marriage record that I could find yet, somewhere soon before my dad was born in 1918. And the story goes is that my dad asked Raleigh, his father, if he was Black, and that's when he came back out of the service from World War II. And Raleigh said, no, we won't talk about that again. And it never came up again until the DNA spoke. So that's the story.
And the DNA.
So
was
what
shot.
percent are you that is African or whatever you would?
17 to 18, and my brother Pat is a couple points higher, 20, I think.
Wow, that's kind of a big percentage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Mike, I want to say to you personally, man, I applaud you for just coming on, being real about it. You didn't have to do this.
Well,
You-
to
you
quote
know,
your,
hold on, just give me a second.
Mhm.
There are a lot of people who are in your shoes who would have never
Nope.
done what you're doing. And like I said, I applaud you, man. And I can't wait to meet you, all you all. I want to meet everybody, but this I'm putting myself in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that as Black people, put yourself in the other person's shoes and think about what they're feeling, what they might be feeling, how people are talking to them, how they're dealing with them. Have some empathy. Just be nice for a little bit, and then understand that we all bleed and we all die. You know, we can have different situations. I don't like this, I don't like that. That's fine. But in the end, we all bleed and we all die.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Big Mike, you know, I can't wait to meet you, man. If you're ever in California, we got you, man. Come on out here. Come on out before it gets all crazy again. It's cool now. All y'all, come on out to California right now. It's good.
Yeah, I used to live on Camp Pendleton.
Well, you ain't that far away. Shoot, come on up here. Let's do it, because I talked to my homeboy today, and one of my best friends for over 30 years. And I said, you know what? One of my faults is I take time for granted. I always say, I can do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. You know what? Let's do it today. Let's do it today. Let's do it today. And so here we're gonna go with this. We're gonna end this. My pop, he couldn't get on there, but this has been you guys have done so much for me. You just don't know. Miss Allison, I'm glad you're here. I hope you join again on the next meeting. Miss Habit, Big E, you know what I'm saying? Big Mike, Miss Big D, it's all good.
Before we end, she didn't tell you.
Go ahead, Eddie. What you got, baby?
Jerry, she didn't tell you that I just came back from visiting Diane.
Oh, that's cool.
I visited Diane, her Diane.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Eddie, since you chimed back in, now we're gonna do something else that I love to do before we eat.
There it is. Look.
Before we eat. Good. Everybody is gonna say something nice about somebody on this whole thing. Usually it's the person right next to you. So you chime back in, Eddie. Yeah. You better look at the computer screen.
Oh.
Come on, Eddie. We're starting with you. Who you gonna say something nice about? What you gonna say? Who is it gonna be?
I am the most wonderful person in the world.
Hell yeah. That's a good one.
Seriously. It was nice. I'll get to talk. Everybody here I enjoy. I've known everybody. So the nice thing about it, we all can communicate together. And we all have something we have in common is researching and finding out more about our family. So that's one of the nicest things. We got Minnesota, we got Las Vegas, Southern California. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and so it's nice to see this. So it's a good thing. Everybody here I enjoy 100% when I see them, especially Mike.
And why is that?
He roots for UConn.
I knew it was gonna sneak in there.
cut, but that's a good thing. I enjoy this 100%. And we're gonna get started. Like I said, I'm gonna do something. I do something all the time. Now I have my meeting next Sunday. I have a meeting next Sunday.
Well, you need to update your information because the first thing I turned on to was your
Hold on,
meeting.
Miss D. Wait, Miss D. Is this your time to say something nice?
Oh, that was nice.
Hold on, no, wait. Now. This is nice time now. Hold on. This is nice time.
For me, that's nice.
Now, are you ready? If you ain't ready, I'll go to somebody else.
You can go to somebody else.
All right, hold on. Okay. Elizabeth, what you got, baby? What you got?
Well, what I have is, I'm thankful because this is something new to me. I really appreciate your father being the first one to reach out to me. And everyone on here, it's been a blessing and I enjoy it every time I come on. I just, and I'm learning how to research and find things out. So yeah, let's just keep it going, you know. And I've also invited other people and encouraged them to get their DNA, and I let them know about the meeting. So hopefully they'll start attending. Yeah, but it's good. I like it. I enjoy it.
Right on, Elizabeth. Miss Allison, what you think, girl? What you think? You're on mute right now. There you go. What you think?
Well, I think you guys have got this Zoom thing going on pretty well. I mean, there was one time Eddie didn't have his going right, but but that's okay. He made the best of it. He couldn't get his picture right, like we wanted to see him. But anyway, yes, I got to see him this past week and enjoyed every second that he was there. He was here, right here in my home.
That's nice.
And Diane,
Yeah.
I know we're gonna figure it out one of these days,
Yeah.
real soon, about our family, our
Gotta do
Nelson
it.
family. And I know the Trotters, they are part of my husband's family. And but the Nelsons, that's our mystery now.
Yeah.
And even Mike, I got McGee's in my family too. So Sebastian County.
No, doesn't ring a bell. Mine came down from Canada.
Oh,
Immigrated to Philadelphia, then went to Canada, then came down in the early 1900s.
okay. Well, this is a joy to be on any Zoom meeting at any time, and I hope to join you guys again.
And thank you, Mrs. Allison. And we sure appreciate you being here, coming on here. You kind of put yourself out there because you don't know what's gonna go on. You know, you're like, what's gonna happen here? What are they?
My eyes are
You know
like,
what I mean? I hope you understand it. It's about love. It's about everybody here just want to find out about their family.
exactly.
And then
Exactly
teach
what it is.
others about who we are. And you know what I'm saying? That's all it really is. It's about just
Hey, I
love
got
and
to see
family.
Diane.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know I got Miss D on it. Anybody else got anything else to say? Big Mike?
One interesting thing about James Monroe, and this came from one of his was it Viola?
Ryland?
She's the daughter of one of James Monroe's kids in Pennsylvania. She told me that James Monroe had fiery green eyes, and that caused a problem in the family because the mother-in-law thought that was devil eyes. And just to finish that part off, my dad had the green eyes as well. It skipped me because I have brown eyes like my mom, but the green eyes materialized, or a form of those green eyes materialized in my two daughters. So the green eye flavor is still continuing from James Monroe.
Hey,
That's
Big Mike, you know, and that kind of stuff that you bring, that's something we would have never known if you wouldn't had the courage to just be like, you know what, I want to hang out and Thank you, Big Mike, man. We look forward to seeing you in the next meeting.
Yes.
I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you, brother. Now, at the end, Miss D, my girl, what you got, baby? What you got?
Stick a fork in me. You said say something nice. I've been saying something nice all day, so I don't know what nice is.
Okay, so are you done now? Is that it? Can I wrap the meeting?
Stick a fork, she
Can I-
It's a
done.
wrap.
Can
Stick
I
a
wrap?
fork in me.
It's a wrap.
All right, the meeting is a wrap.
All right.
So we'll see y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Jerry, we're gonna have to get you, we're gonna have to get Jerry's mic ready because this is not right.
No.
He needs an in-service.
He's sitting back there like a fat cat.
Get on-
thinking
get on
that he
his
did
side.
something.
Got-
You
got-
ain't did nothing.
Get on there. You got 1 minute to get on it.
It's got to be hard for him not to talk, you know.
Yeah.
Goodness, we doing
Until
all this
next time.
talking, and his
All
shit
right.
ain't working.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Good night.
Stay blessed.
No. Great job, sir.
Hey, right on, Pop.
Great job.
That's how the heavyweights roll, man. You know, you step in, you got to do what you got to do. I do this all day long. It's not a big deal to me. You got to be. It's showtime. You sell. You got to be there.
Mhm.
But it was cool to be there for you.
Yeah.
For this, man. It really was. That was really nice, and those some beautiful people.
Yes.
You know? And that cousin Mike, the new one, man,
Yeah.
he's so like enamored. He's just like, whoa. And that is so cool. He don't look nothing like us, but he's our cousin.
Yeah.
He's bringing in, see, this is stuff that Joe Biden and all of them, they know what it is. They would never think to do what you're doing. To have people that look like them actually related to us.
Yes. Close. Yeah.
Man. And then the people, and man, I'm so proud of you, Pop. That's some big time stuff that you're doing with these people, and you know, and then it evolves, it just keeps going, it gets better. And then you find more information. It don't just stop.
No.
But if you wouldn't have done this, none of them would have done it. You don't get what I'm saying?
Yes. I understand.
What you got? Come over here and talk to Papa. Get your seat. Papa, I done buckled down and bought her little ass some $70 tennis shoes.
You mean champions?
Yeah, only because I remember how much I love tennis shoes. But it didn't happen at first. I shut it all down. I'm going back to lay down because we get started early in this house.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to we're not going to Payless and all this and that. We're going to get it online. Here's what it is. And she wanted the most expensive ones. And I said, nope, no, you don't need high tops. You're not a basketball player. We worked together. Got the high tops coming
Whoa.
on Tuesday. Because I had to go back and I said, you know what? I love tennis shoes at that age too. So if they really want that shoe, just get it for them. And you know, it is what it is. Yep.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Yeah.
Great job hosting the meeting. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Yeah, so you got you some real sharp shoes coming up, huh?
You got some shoes coming. You ain't, she don't better learn how to do some dishes around here, mopping something.
Well,
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you soon. You know, there's a lot of things happening. Good little wheels. We'll be seeing you pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah. We'll figure something out. You know, Richie proposed that thing at Palomar. That was nice, but ain't nothing to do once you leave out of the house.
We'll talk about that at another time. I got some information, and so this is the end of the recording. So I just want to let you know, hey, great job. You're awesome. And you know, you stepped up. That's a blessing. I appreciate that.
Right on, Pop. Love you too.
All right. Wow, it's all good. It's all God.